Hello, my name is Susan Edith Tracy at set underscore OG nurse underscore OT. A little bit about myself. I was born in 1878 and passed away in 1928. My occupation was being a nurse, an educator, an author, and member of the NSPOT, also known as AOTA. I was a director of a nurse in Adams Naval Asylum in Boston. I also trained nurses during World War One, helping wounded soldiers. I taught nurses in Boston area, Massachusetts, and I adopted the term occupational therapy in 1921 to differentiate from vocational training. Little picture of my how I used to be when I was helping soldiers in the past. Let's go back in the bottom. A little meme. I like memes to incorporate some gestures with my patients. I tell them that good news, we have arts and crafts time extended for 4 hours because I like to incorporate arts and crafts in our therapy. I feel like it gives them a purpose and a meaningful to their therapy. This is the first book I wrote, Studies in Invalid Occupation, a manual for nurses and attendants. It is known as the first book of occupational therapy. You could locate it at your local bookstore, Amazon, Kindle, Barnes and Noble, Google Books, hashtag arts and crafts, hashtag women author, hashtag occupational therapy. A picture of the founders. Sorry, but I was left out because I was teaching that day. But I'm still part of the NSPLT. A picture of the nurses that I worked with and trained at the asylum in Massachusetts. Hashtag new drip, nurses, mental institution, and occupational therapy. The second book I wrote, Rake Knitting and Special Adaptations for to Invalid Workers, also available at Google Books, Barnes& and Nobles, Amazon, and Kindle. Hashtag women author, arts and crafts, occupational therapy, nurse, invalid workers, adaptation. A little bit of music that I like to listen to when I have a long day and want to do some self-care. Hashtag self-care, women in healthcare, their nurse life, occupational life. Oh, look, my friend Eleanor Slagle wrote something on my timeline. Tracy was an influential pioneer in establishing occupational therapy in the country. Thank you, Eleanor. I appreciate that. George Barton stated that he would prefer nurses to be in charge of occupation teaching. Thank you. I totally agree with that. I too feel that nurses should be a part of the occupational field. Uh, but it looks like Susan and Eleanor disagree on that. It's okay. After doing training in the hospital, I saw patients in the surgical ward and who kept occupied seemed happier and that those who remained idle compared to those that remained doing nothing. So that was a little motivation and it helped me write my book. I believe active occupations, social themes, and implication to health. And I link the holistic treatment of the past with modern scientific approaches. And my call to you all before I leave you is our brave troops are returning home injured and they need our help recovering from physical and emotional scars. Join us at the local town meeting at February 29th, 2025 at 3 p.m. at Clovis Community College, Fresno, California. To learn how you can be a part of the growing workforce of occupational therapy impacting the lives of others, the approach of arts and crafts, hashtag join the movement, make a difference, World War One history, OT careers, help those in need, one soldier at a time. Thank you. I leave you with my music.